Okay, we should be live now. Let's check the audio here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check the audio here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that sounds good. Gonna get this set up in Discord, and then we can begin part 2 of the wild card round. Finishing it out today with the other 3 games. And I saved, in my opinion, the 3 best games for today. I think all 6 games are interesting, but I think these 3 especially are the best ones. So that's why I saved them for today. So we should have a lot of fun. Okay, it's in Discord now, so we should begin. What's good, Boomy? What's good, Jax? What's good, Pokemon? How we doing, fellas? So last stream was this past Wednesday. The first game we watched was the Thunderbirds and Saints. Closer than we expected. Went into overtime, but Toronto was able to hang on, avoid the upset, and we'll be moving on to the second round. If Columbus wins, they will play Toronto. If the Bucks win, Toronto will play Arizona, and obviously Carolina will play whoever Toronto doesn't. Then we have the Bills and the Jets. This game was an absolute snooze fest. I'm just going to say it. The Jets won. I think the Jets are a little bit more interesting, so I'm kind of happy they won. So the Jets will probably play the Cougars unless the Chargers upset us, which, I mean, is possible. And then the Cardinals beat the Bulldogs pretty easily. Deshaun Watson got hurt super early. Not that Watson's any good in this game. So the plan for the order is Chargers, Diablos, Caps, Bucks, and Colts. These 3 games. I think the Caps Bucks is the game of the week, to be honest. But we're doing Colts Texans last. Save Cobert's playoff debut for the end. See who the real de facto AFC champion is, or AFC South champion. I'm dumb. What team is J.C. Jackson on? To be honest, I have no clue. I want to say he's on the Sentinels. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure he is on the Sentinels. Yeah, it said he was like he was their 3rd highest rated player. Gee whiz. Yeah, I mean, this team isn't any good. So that's, I guess, not a surprise now that I think about it, but yeah, that team is rough. NCAA football. Can't speak. What's good at Pro? Welcome. Alright, Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. 2. Okay, so it looks like we will be using the Diablos today. I kind of wanted to use the Chargers because they have 17,000 jersey combos. The Chargers are like the Oregon Ducks of the NFL. In a good way. Alright, we don't have any cool options, do we? No. We'll just go for regular home jerseys. No shortage of star power on these teams. A lot of talented tight ends. George Kittle and Hakeem Butler for the Chargers. TJ Hawkinson for the Diablos. They have no superstars. They only have X Factors. Well, that's kind of odd. They have more X Factors, but we have all of the superstars, including quarterback Phil Chippendale, who's taken on the man, the myth, the legend, Gardner Minshew. Orlando does have Michael Thomas and Tyrone Gordon. That's true. Their wide receiving core is good. They have the man himself, DeAndre Swift, but after that, their team absolutely sucks. Remember, Romo traded Gordon away last offseason before he stepped down for Shaq Barrett. Obviously, Barrett was really good for us this year, and I'm very happy I got him. But yeah, if I were to pick between Shaq Barrett and Tyrone Gordon, I would pick Gordon in a heartbeat, without really having to think about it. Rigged. I mean, EA's liked me in the past, but I have not won a playoff game in OFL 21. So, if we put that in perspective, the last time I won a playoff game was Season 4 of OFL 20. That was like 3-4 seasons ago. That feels like a while. Because we didn't make it the last year of OFL 20 with that odd NFC wildcard race that I prefer not to remember. And last year we lost to New England in the first round. Now this year I think our team is better. I think we have a better quarterback. I think our roster overall is improved. But Chargers should prove to be an interesting matchup. We beat the Chargers in a watched game this year. I don't remember what happened in the other sim. But I know we beat them and watched. I think that game ended up being a sim game, or where we simmed in the second half. So if I remember correctly, we beat them pretty convincingly. Orlando drafted your OFL 20 team and forgot the GOAT, Noah Fant. It's kind of odd that Washington was really good at the end of last year, and Orlando drafts the same exact team and sucks. I mean, Tua has star instead of superstar X Factor, so that'll help. DeAndre Swift, I think, had a good dev last year. Chip for number 2 in MVP. I think I voted Chippendale 3rd. I think I had Carson Wentz 1 and Smirnoff 2. And I think I put Phil in 3rd. I thought about putting Jordan Love there, but, I mean, I didn't want to be biased, but I had to vote for the man for it. Anyone interested in 2024 picks? Can we trade 24? Yeah, we can. Because 2024 is the draft after this one. But no, I am not interested in 2024 picks, considering I can't draft. I'm probably going to trade all my picks away in the offseason again. Again, I can't really draft by law. I still have not gotten to see the draft class yet. I think FG's done with it. He finished it a while ago, I think. I've just never gotten around to download it. I don't know if he put it up on like the Madden share or not. I might want to check, but yeah, I know it's not because he's like being lazy. He's not being lazy. I'm pretty sure it's all finished. So it's just that I haven't gotten to see it yet. These teams split. Okay, so they beat us in the sim game. We beat them in the watch game. But our other watch game this year, Week 17 against the Cardinals, we looked absolutely horrendous. So maybe we're a bad team in watch. Maybe that game was a fluke. I don't really know. Love was number 1 for you. I mean, statistically, Jordan Love threw for a ton of yards and a ton of touchdowns, and his team made the playoffs. So I see why you would have voted him number 1. But the Offensive Player of the Year race looked super close at one point, and then someone pulled away. I kind of want to do something fun for like the award show, though. Because I was originally just planning on announcing them before the OFL Bowl game, but I kind of want to have like a fun video that goes up like the day before the OFL Bowl. I think that'd be a lot of fun. On this channel, obviously, not the main channel. That'd be a little bit weird. 3rd and 6. We have it all the way to 22. What was Phil doing? EA Sports pocket awareness right there. Chip gets sacked by Frank Clark and somebody else. Do you think Mills will accept all of your 2024 picks except your 3rd for number 1? Mills would be on crack to do that. I don't think he would. He'd be crazy. And Mills is a smart guy, I think. So he would not do that. Heck, you can throw your 3rd in there. He would not take that. Then again, I gave up my entire draft last year for number 1. But that was my entire draft this past season, not in the future. So, no, Mills, I don't think so. Voted Wentz number 1, Love number 2, Smirnoff number 3. I'd say that's fair. If Juju danced on the midfield logo, we could win. Yeah, but it's our logo. If it was your logo and Juju danced on it, then yeah, you guys would absolutely kill us. But it's our logo. I don't know if Juju's dancing on our logo. Here's Gardner Minshew. He had an underrated year. I mean, they drafted, what's-his-face, Vincenzo Pizzotti in the 3rd round, who I think has starred Ev. But Gardner Minshew got the start this year. He's still played pretty well. So, I mean, the Chargers have invested a couple day 2 picks in quarterback lately, and they don't really seem to need those guys because Gardner Minshew had a good year. Who is number 2? I think that I want to say the Sentinels, who are currently a CPU. I know I'm not entirely sure if that's true because I know there are a bunch of teams who have 5 wins. But according to the standings, I think it would be Orlando. Juju dances on his own logos. Well, just to be safe, let's hope he didn't dance on ours. If he doesn't dance on any logos, we're winning the OFL Bowl. But with him, you never know. Did Wentz 1, Chip 2, Smirnoff 3? No love for Mahomes. I think Mahomes got like a random 2nd place vote out of nowhere. I forget who gave it to him. I mean, Mahomes' team had tied for the best record in the league, so I'm not saying that's a bad choice. They were all almost equally good choices, but Mahomes got like no votes, and then he just got a random one for second, which is kind of ironic. Not even third. Actually, he might have had a couple thirds. I don't remember. I could probably pull it up if I wanted to. But yeah, spoiler alert, the MVP was not Patrick Mahomes. I haven't seen a lot of Josh Jacobs today. Last watch game, he wasn't all that good, but that just might be that Arizona's run defense is absolutely ridiculously good. Apparently, defensive end Jose Budsuave could be a generational talent. You want to pair him with Reggie so bad. Well, I don't think Mills is going to replace Buckley, although it's possible. I think he would probably be wise to pick the defensive lineman. And for Boomy's sake, Boomy just better hope that Mills doesn't pick the Canadian quarterback. Did he catch that? Oh my word, he caught it! Is that Deontay Harris? I don't know. They don't have last names on their jerseys. Thanks, EA. But he looks small, and there is a superstar icon. So I'm pretty sure that was Deontay Harris. What a yeet from Phil. First and foremost. Just an absolute dart. Yeah, that was Deontay Harris. Wow. Mahomes had a great year, but not a Heisman year. Heisman Mahomes. What a guy. I have no interest in what you do this year after the moves you have and still have 2 more to make. I see we scored. I was looking at the chat. Is that Juju? Jedrick Wills is hurt, though. Yay. Woohoo. But, I mean, the Caps have a legit shot to take it all away. So, if they're going to be better next year, we should all be absolutely terrified. Or maybe not as much us, because we're not in the NFC, but... Curious to see what the Chiefs do with the quarterbacks. I'm curious if they're able to convince Isaiah Thomas to stick around, and what happens with Scooter. I don't think there's a way both quarterbacks are going to be on Kansas City next year. I think they're going to have to trade one. IT obviously wants out. Scooter hasn't demanded a trade. He should if Isaiah Thomas was going to stick around. Might trade up for that kicker. I think we're all targeting that kicker. I mean, you can't go wrong with a good kicker in this game. You really can't. So, Sebastian Janikowski was a first-rounder in real life, and he was good for 20 years. Or maybe it wasn't 20, but he was good for a while. So, Diablos look like they'll advance. Hold on, we're still in the first quarter. This game ain't over. We've gotten off to a good start, but, I mean, this Chargers team isn't bad. Mills takes the Canadian. You have some not nice words. I don't even think the Canadian's the top projected quarterback, though. And I don't think Mills is going to take a quarterback. So, considering how bad their defense was, I have to assume they're taking the defensive end, Jose. And then, the Sim doesn't pick quarterbacks. The Sentinels on paper don't need one, although I don't think 2 was all that good in this game. Imagine being too poor to not put last names on jerseys. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't know why this jersey combo does not have last names. That's the dumbest thing in my opinion. This isn't college football. I get it's tradition with like Penn State and Notre Dame, but this isn't college. This is the NFL. Put last names on the goddamn jerseys. Got some info, and Scooter's played his last game as a Chief. Well, for Scooter's sake, good. He's probably a 90. You think FG made a 90 overall? I mean, FG made 285 overalls in the last draft. So I'm not really going to... And 10 X Factors. So I'm not really going to doubt that. But did he make a 90? I mean, the highest rated kicker in this game is only like an 85. Shoot, if there was a 90 overall kicker, I'd probably pick him in the first round, if I had a choice.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second and 8, Madden with their typical checkdowns. Chargers are nearing field goal miss range. They're also nearing no man's land. To where they can punt, they can go, they can kick. They're probably not going to kick from 60. And the Chargers are not in no man's land anymore because they got the first down. Imagine needing a kicker. Bucker missed a kick last week. Or I guess this week, technically, because we're still in the wild card. He'd be a throwaway pick if he isn't over an 85. Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like he has to be like a top 3 kicker in the league right away to even be worth considering in the first round. And if you're a bad team with a bunch of holes, you probably shouldn't look at him. Good pressure from Garrett. I think that was Garrett.
Minshew's pass complete to Cam Akers.
Bucker, no, but I don't think anyone's going to compare to this kicker. Josh Lambo gang. Lambo is one of the best kickers in the game, and he won a game at quarterback. He joins the illustrious OFL list of special teamers to win games at quarterback, which is pretty much every special teamer who started a game at quarterback. What were you doing there, Gardner? We could have made a play there. So it looks like the Chargers are going to kick the field goal. 55-yarder in the snow against EA Sports. Well, 55-yarders in the snow, depending on the wind, is as easy as a 25-yarder on a 70-degree day with no wind in this game. So, unless it was super windy, which I don't remember, blame EA. Some kickers would miss it from 55, but kickers with super high ratings like Bucker normally win. Does anyone want Alex Snow? Why are you trying to trade Alex Snow? He had like 8 sacks. He would have probably been on the Defensive Rookie of the Year ballot had I put more than 3 players down. He probably would have been the next guy up, behind Peters, Boyan, and Garrison Parks. Chip is cooking. 6 for 7, 116 yards. I am liking what I'm seeing from Big Phil today. That bend, don't break defense mentality. Well, they're bending and breaking right now with Phil. But if the Chargers can get a stop here, that would be pretty big. He's a 67 and probably going to be garbage. Well, he was good throughout this whole year. If he had like 5 sacks randomly in one game, then I wouldn't really trust him. But, I mean, you don't really have a reason to trade him. He's a 67, so he probably won't fetch a bunch. But he played well. I don't think anyone's going to give up like a 1st or 2nd round pick for him. Though Enzo Fungaroli and Keaton Howlington would be a goated special teams room, that would be goated. Enzo Fungaroli. That's an awesome. Or is it like John Smith or something? Ooh, that was dangerous. He probably should not have thrown that pass. But we're lucky it wasn't picked. The defense is forgetting the don't break part. 3rd and 6, up the middle, a strike in the hands of, I believe, Christian Kirk.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
We really have just not really tried to run the ball today, and I don't blame us because it's working. There have been a bunch of dropped interceptions, though. I upped the interception sliders like 5 minutes before I started to stream on both sides. And we've seen at least like 3 drop picks today. Chargers with the Browns' strategy of allowing them to gain 10 to 15 yards every play. Well, we're definitely in field goal range now. But the question is, can we find the end zone again? We've been good on this drive on 3rd down. We have multiple conversions. Can we get another one? We do. Josh Jacobs, who has... I mean, we've abandoned a run today, and it's worked, as I said like a minute ago. But... both teams have all 3 timeouts. This game has flown by. I feel like this game started like 5 minutes ago. Braden Mann is the best kicker, punter, and if you think otherwise, you're incorrect. Jesus, that was a nice hit. By 54, I don't know who that is. I think that might be Matt Judon. But geez, he just laid KJ Hamler out. That was like the Earl Thomas hit in Week 17, but only this time the ball stayed in. That's like our 4th 3rd down conversion. They cannot stop us on 3rd down. But Braden Mann's the only punter in this game with star Dev, who's young. So, by default, he's goated. Nice touchdown. Who is that? I can't tell. Is that KJ Hamler, who has like 5 catches today? Because Madden loves throwing it to running backs? Oh boy, LSU basketball, time to lose by 20. Still going to be ranked anyways. That's true. I mean, Ohio State's still going to be, even if they lose, they probably will still be on the bottom of the top 10 or just looking in. Does anyone have any good defensive linemen they're willing to trade? Got such a great offer for Humphrey, couldn't say no. I'm curious what this offer is. I mean, I have good defensive linemen, so they ain't going anywhere. Barrett and Garrett will be together forever. I mean, Jonathan Allen's probably a free agent soon, and I don't really want to pay him. So, yeah, I'm willing to trade Jonathan Allen. I mean, he's, what, like 27, 28 at this point? He's not old. What you did to the Diablos' offense has become more impressive. That's true. Our offense has been flawless today. Last week it was terrible. So I think that just might show that Arizona's defense is really, really good. Chargers are getting close to field goal range. The Chargers start with the ball in the second half, too. So they can still get back in it. They're definitely in field goal range now. Can't wait to see that offer for Humphrey. I take it that Humphrey's going up north.
A gain of 13 yards.
Where Darius Slay is going to be CB3 now. Jeez.
Well on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt. His kick is good. Makes the score Diablos 7.
Okay, Boswell makes it. We're only up by 11.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Alright, good first half. The defense was pretty good for the most part, and the offense looks great. You know who you'd rather play, Arizona or Columbus? Arizona really impresses me and watched. I would probably rather play Columbus if I was you. I just don't trust the Caps as much than a watch game. Although I think the Caps are better in sim, but in the postseason, it's about who's best and watched. Imagine trading all your picks for one corner when you can trade all your picks for 3 different players. Well, Marlon Humphrey is like a top 5. Him on one side, Denzel Ward on the other side, Darius Slay in the nickel. It smells like 3 separate islands. Nick is trying to build the Hawaiian Islands in his secondary. Team is met and watched. I'd say it's a little bit better than met, but I don't think the Caps are good enough and watched to win an OFL Bowl at this stage of how good they are. Do the award show like your draft videos? It would probably be something similar. Obviously, it wouldn't be 30 minutes. It'd probably be like 3 minutes. But I think I could probably try to figure out something creative. ESPN shop showing Indiana Purdue. Don't you want to see Indiana Purdue? Some good old Trace Jackson Davis.
Cam Akers, the ball carrier. Jonathan
3rd and 6. If the Diablos can get a stop here, that would be really big. And that would be really bad for the Chargers. Well, it looks like that's what's going to happen. Minshew was under pressure. He's 10 of 12. But Minshew hasn't taken any big plays downfield. Chippendale's trying to make big passes, which is what has really impressed me with Chip today. Even if Chippendale hasn't really been very accurate downfield, other than that one bomb to Deontay Harris, at least Chip is trying. Secondary is becoming the whole state of Hawaii. You know it.
at their own 31-yard line.
Okay, we're off to a flying start.
Josh Jacobs.
I don't trust our run game in watch. I mean, Josh Jacobs is a very good player,
No gain
but
on the play. Second and
we just don't run the ball well in watch games.
31-yard line.
Doesn't matter when you're the good at quarterback, but that's how Hawaii form. Its islands were formed by Marlon Humphrey, Denzel Ward, Darius Slay come together and they play on the same team.
First and 10 at the 42.
A touchdown would turn this game into a sim because we're up by 11. I thought this game was going to be at least a little bit competitive. I thought we were certainly better than the Chargers, but I wasn't expecting another sim against
It's a
them.
gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 49-yard line.
Okay, there's our first really good run of the game. Only went for like 11, but
That's good.
me like.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, the Chargers defense just has no answer. Their defense is talent.
Dante
They have
Hunter
a
on the
couple
side.
X factors. Harrison Smith and Fletcher Cox were two of the cheesiest players in OFL 20.
The 37-yard line.
What are you doing, Phil? What are you doing? That was ugly. Benson Mayoa.
By Benson Mayoa. It's a loss of 14.
Your team is much more pass first. You don't have to worry about Arizona's run defense. That's true, but their pass defense has been good too. I mean, we're throwing the ball way better today than we did last week. I already smell a sack. No, it's not a sack. But it should have been an interception. And Jedrick Wills is hurt again. He's gotten injured twice today.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Imagine saying the Diablos would lose. Couldn't be me. I think I picked us to lose in the next round, though. So, oh my, look at this run. From Cam, no, it's not Cam Akers, it's Benny Snell.
Snell's the ball carrier.
I think Benny Snell's their leading rusher, and that was his first carry.
A gain of 27 on the play.
What a garbage punt. You don't normally see what a garbage punt's from Johnny Hector, but even he's not perfect. Another big run. I see our run defense has decided to fold up and quit. And now Nasir Adderley is hurt, so that's fun. Seems like Nick is always wrong. 10 for 14 Gods versus the Cardinals, but versus Chargers he's 50 yards. Well,
Baker's the ball carrier.
I mean that defense of yours is pretty darn good.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Okay, the Chargers have clearly come out with a vengeance on this drive. I thought we were looking at a sim a minute ago. Now the Chargers are turning this into a game.
First down, Chargers. Cam Akers the ball carrier. Xavier McKinney on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
He's starting to pick it up a little bit. This is a big third down. The Chargers could still make it a one-score game with a field goal, technically.
The play. And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like that's what's going to happen. We get the stop.
Minshew's pass.
4th and 5 from the 10. This will probably be the first play of the fourth quarter, unless they get it off in time.
4th down.
Which they will. Okay.
Chris Boswell on
With 8 minutes to go, you're down by 11 at the 10, 4th and 5. Do you kick a field goal, make it an 8-point game, or do you go for it?
That's the end of
That's an interesting scenario. I would kick the field goal here. I think this is a good choice by the Chargers.
Chargers 6.
Pulling the 2016 Chiefs and only scoring field goals.
A 27-yard.
You guys have the same amount of scoring drives as us, but you're still down by 8.
The kick is good. Makes the score Diablos 17. Chargers 9. Chris Boswell set to kick off. Jakeem Grant on the return. His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
As long as we put up points on this drive, I think we should hold on. If the Chargers get another stop, then I really think this gets interesting. Okay, I don't know how that worked. That should have been a sack. Chippendale just said, screw it, I'm going to heave it up. He probably should not have done that, but it worked. So, I'm not really going to complain. This drive decides the game, yeah. This is probably it for the Chargers. And that's an unlucky start. The Chargers managed that last play well. And they're managing this play well too, but this time it actually works.
The quarterback
Right as Chippendale was actually going to get rid of it, he tumbled down. They have 3 sacks. We have none. That's odd. Seems like when you sack the quarterback in this game, your team starts to suck. And when you don't have a good pass rush, your team plays well. And I really don't know why that's happening. Well, I don't think there's a correlation, but when teams are sacking the quarterback a lot, they're not doing as well as when they don't sack the quarterback. It was 2nd and 20, and we still managed to get the first down. That's a big set of plays for us. The Chargers needed that stop, and they didn't get it. Now we just got to keep feeding the ball to Josh Jacobs. Ooh, late flag. Okay, it's a holding probably on us. So now it's 1st and long. We're not that far away from field goal range. All we need is a field goal, and then we should have this game in the bag. Diablos are 24th in passing offense, yet Chip is an MVP. It's not always about yards. They said 24th in yards. Chippendale nearly has 40 touchdowns and like 8 interceptions. Or however many it was, I don't remember. Boo, twash, wefs. 3rd and 11, this could be the game. Wow, that's big. That is big. Juju for 21. That is gigantic. Yeah, the Chargers are really in trouble now. What do you think you will have to give up for Brian? I assume you mean Brian Burns. Probably a lot. I mean, the Jags do have Chase Young, too. So maybe he wouldn't value Burns as much as Chase. But I would imagine you would have to trade him. And the Chargers chargered it. Typical Chargers stuff. Oh, great, and Juju's hurt. Yay. Is he going to the locker room, though? That's the question. Yippee! He is. We've managed to keep the entire team injury-free for the most part throughout the whole year. And now it's going to decimate in the playoffs. We've lost Jedrick Wills twice today. And now we're going to lose Juju. Why did we pass it? Why don't we just run it both plays? Bring it to the 2-minute warning, kick the field goal, and they get the ball down 11.
The handoff to Josh Jacobs. Danico Autry on the stop. A 2-yard.
The Chargers knew they weren't going to win this game, but they wanted to give Juju a Corvette out of the stadium. If Ohio State beats Illinois, you give me Chase Young for free. And if Illinois wins, you give him Reggie Peters for free. Welcome to injury hell. It's a miserable place. I'd say it's pretty fun. I've enjoyed my stay. And then when I see Juju as a torn ACL and Jedrick Wills as a torn Achilles on the injury report, I won't really enjoy my stay anymore.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Our pass rush has been really bad today, and right as I say that, Shaq Barrett gets the sack. That is called convenient timing. That's also called the announcer jinx. It's a real thing. Announcers have jinxes on games. It's a legitimate fact. That's probably going to be our only sack for the rest of the playoffs now. 2-minute warning. Diablo's up by 11. We should win this game, barring something wild. 3rd and 11. Minshew gonna heave up a prayer. Oh dear, that's a defensive pass interference on Okuda. Wow. Automatic first down. I didn't think Minshew was going to make that throw because he doesn't have the arm. But he overthrew him, which is a surprise. And then obviously the flag. Barrett went for the jugular. Why did he throw that? That should have... And now Devin White is hurt. Oh my goodness. Why? All Octa needs to do is say the pass rush has been bad today, and then the pass rush does the thing. You know, the pass rush still isn't very good today. That almost worked again. We almost got another sack. Darn. Needs to do this for the Thunderbirds because your pass rush outside of Peters is non-existent. Well, here's the thing. I don't care about the Thunderbirds pass rush as much as ours, so I'm not going to do that. Injury bug. Whoop, whoop. I mean, we have depth at offensive line, wide receiver, and linebacker, but, I mean, losing Wills, Juju, and Devin White within the span of, like, 15 minutes is not fun. Another sack will happen. Well, I mean, our pass rush hasn't done a whole lot, as you can see there, by absolutely no pressure. I thought it was going to work. Chip and Dale hyping up the boys. The healthy boys, which there aren't many of. 3rd and 8. Minshew for the end zone. Oh my goodness, another defensive pass interference. I mean, yeah, that was a clear flag. There was depth. The safety was clearly just latching onto him, or Bobby Okereke, who's not a safety. But, I mean, can we not have sloppy penalties on 3rd down? I mean, I know we're going to win the game. Nearly had another sack there. Can you believe this, Octi? Boomy offered you a 3rd for Brandon Cooks. I mean, what's Brandon Cooks worth? Like Boomy's 2nd? So that's, I wouldn't say that's far off. Nick says take it. Yeah, now that I think about it, like the 30 whatever pick for holy smokes, what a catch. Like the 36th pick for Brandon Cooks, that's probably not a great deal in this game. For the team trading Brandon Cooks. Oh, that was Elmer's with the score. Now they're going to go for 2. And then probably kick the onside. Imagine if they get this 2, they get the onside, and they score game-winning touchdown. He was not in, I don't think. Nope. So if they do get the ball back, which is unlikely, but if they do, field goal can't happen. I love how Elmer's has 1 catch for 1 yard, and it was that touchdown. Okay, that was an awful onside kick. Whoever kicked that ball should be cut immediately. That was... I understand it helps my team, but that was terrible. I wish there was more effort from the opposition. Why is Booby trading picks? You should keep him. Maybe trade 4 picks. Oh, you offered a 2024 3 for Brandon Cooks. Oh, heck no, I wouldn't take that if I was the Cavs. 1st down ends it. We're in almost field goal territory. All right, this is it. 3rd and like 2. Do not throw the ball. Give it to Josh Jacobs. If we don't get the 1st down, that's fine. But do not throw the ball. Thank you. And we got it. That'll do it. A very good fight from the LA Chargers. Very sloppy at the end there from Mexico City. They looked like they did not want to win that game in the 4th quarter. But we're going to hold on. GG to Pro. So the Diablos will play against the Jets. Oh, man, we should smoke the Jets. Wait, no. The Cougars will play the Jets. I'm an idiot. The Cougars are a 1 seed. They'll play the Jets. We play the winner of the other game. So the Cougars should be the team who smokes the Jets. So we'll play either Houston or Indy. Okay. Not LA. Did I say LA again? My apologies. A good effort from the San Diego Chargers. I'm not used to it. Pet Rabbit could have made a better onside kick. I bet it would have. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. That onside kick was so bad. Chip and Dale was nearly flawless in his first playoff game. I was very impressed with him. Minshew played well. He was efficient. The run game was, Josh Jacobs was all right. The Chargers' run game was pretty average, too. Christian Kirk led in yards. For them, it was Marquise Brown. Hakeem Butler won't catch 6 yards. If he got the ball more, the Chargers would have won the game. 2 sacks for Mayella. All right, now it's time to see the injuries. Team MVP goes to Boswell. The battle inside. No, Boswell should be removed from your organization immediately. Rabbit could have nudged the ball with her nose, and it would have been a better kick. It would have. I love how Chip has 4. Yet he had like 2 in like week 14. Oh, nobody's hurt. Oh, sick. They're all healthy. Well, how about them apples? Alrighty, on to game 2. Bucks are 1, Caps are 2. Siri, give me a number between 1 or 2. Siri just picked 18. It says random between 0 and 100, so clearly Siri heard me misspoke, but pick a number between 1 and 2. Siri thought 18. Let's try it again. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. And don't pick 18. 2. Okay. Thank you for actually listening. You don't know why the Texans going so far? Yes, I know Colbert isn't that good in watch, but I don't know. I just have a weird feeling the Texans are going to pull a rabbit out of their hat. So Ackley gets lucky with the injuries. Yes, because Madden likes me. All right, do we want to go with the All Blues for the Caps? I think we got to rock with the All Blues. I mean, Jax gets to pick because it's his team. We can go all blue. We can go all white. We can go regular home, regular away. 18 is totally less than 2 because that's logic. 81 over. However, Bucks is 78 though. The Bucks roster is stacked. Okay, maybe not stacked, but it is quite good. All white. Okay. Changing it up a little bit. Do they have white socks? No, they don't. Only 2 X factors. Christian McCaffrey, the Offensive Player of the Year candidate. TJ Watt, the Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Plenty of superstars, including a pair of MVP candidates, and Carson Wentz and Jordan Love. There's also Tom Brady way down the board. Wearing number 11. Not that you hate the Texans or anything. It's just a JV backup squad and watched. You trust them more than Houston? Yeah, I mean, I don't trust Colbert and watched either, but Apple's kind of gotten unlucky here, and I don't know. I just have a weird feeling we're going to disappoint. So, I know it doesn't really make logical sense to have the Texans really going anywhere, but I don't know. I think Houston's going to make it tough. Believe in the all-whites, you better believe in them. Because you're going to need them to win. Arguably the best game of the week, I think people could argue. Carson Wentz, Jordan Love. 2 of the higher vote getters in the MVP race. Your team is trash. You're just yeah, you have one of the lowest ratings. How have you not noticed? I mean, your team won like 5 games. So obviously they're not very good at the moment. But the All Blues, I would have picked the All Blues too, but I guess the outcome of this game will determine if Jax made the right jersey choice. So here comes out MVP candidate Carson Wentz, who had a very good season for Columbus. 33 touchdowns, only 6 picks. Kind of wild that Wentz played for Dallas. Dallas sucks, and Wentz is now really good. Well, Dallas has an X-Factor rookie at quarterback. I don't think they're complaining too much, but Wentz scrambling. That's going to be a face mask on Queen. They can get a few good players who'll make the playoffs. I mean, in the weak AFC, and in a very weak AFC North with only one good team, it's certainly possible. Your team went from 4-12 to 5-11 2 seasons, and you're just noticing that now. Did the Ravens have like the worst all-time record in the first 2 years of OFL 20? One. OFL 20, the Ravens were a clown show with Theo. But in 21, I mean, record-wise, they might have the worst. And it's not that the Ravens are a clown show in OFL 21, unlike last year with Mr. Fox. But, I mean, win-wise, the Ravens are executing their rebuild well. But record-wise, they're not winning a ton of games. Could have worn the all-whites in the likely snowy Toronto weather. That would have been funny. Oh my word, they didn't get it. I was not looking at the game. I didn't see the play. Well, I guess I can see it on the stream. As Roosevelt crosses hurt. Yeah. Ooh, did he get it? That was awfully close. They're going for it. Oh, they have it at the opponent's 43. Okay, I thought they had it on their own side of the field for a second. And they get the first down with ease. Connor still alive. There he goes. James Conner into the end zone. The 4th and inches play turns into a touchdown. You just said James Conner is so bad. That's what I call good timing. Ironic. James Conner clearly saw that message. Wow, they were just trying to run it up the middle, get a few yards, but the Bucs barely had anyone on the right side of the field. It's like they were anticipating Conner to go left. James Conner is so bad. Jax 2021. Well, that's one way to start this game off. Certainly an interesting beginning. Jack's a jinxer. That is a nice little ring to it. So here is the Bucs, led by an MVP candidate of their own. Quarterback Jordan Love. We just saw the Bucs and watched 2 weeks ago against Carolina. Love was up and down, to put it nicely. The defense was not up and down, though. The defense was absolutely terrible. But, I mean, offensively, this team is dangerous with their dynamic trio of Love, McCaffrey, and McLaurin. There's Scary Terry for an early 9. Illinois on a 9-0 run. That's the Ohio State basketball you know and love. Is a quarterback needed in Madden as kickers can win games? Yeah, you can win. Oh my, look at McCaffrey go. I'll get back to that point in a second. So both teams have ridiculously long touchdowns to open up the game. Yeah, I think this game is going to deliver all of the hype it has been given. And more. Wow. That's a start. But, yeah, you don't absolutely need a great quarterback, although it's definitely helpful. But it's also helpful to have quarterbacks the game likes. Like, Madden Sim absolutely loves Jordan Love, no pun intended. And he, rating-wise, is not elite. I think he is now. I think he's close to a 90 here. But, like, in Season 1, in the Sim year, he was in the low 70s, and he was still really good. Special teamers can win games at quarterback, so you don't absolutely need to win this game. But if you look at all the teams left, they all have good quarterbacks. Carolina is Baker. Toronto is Mahomes. Arizona has Smirnov. The Caps have Wentz. The Bucs have Jordan Love. We have Phil. The Cougars have Daniel Jones, who is fairly good. The Jets have Matt Ryan, who's fairly good. He's the Jameis Winston of this league. The Colts have Goff, and the Texans have Colbert. So those are all quality quarterbacks. But now I'm just countering myself. I'm saying how you don't need an elite quarterback, and all the teams left have good QBs. Can't say MF and the McCaffrey. Wish someone was the Bengals? Yeah, I wish someone was the Bengals, because they have an interesting roster. And obviously a talented quarterback who's usually really good in Madden Sim, but not in the OFL. Here's Tremblay now down the field. Oh my word, Tremblay just broke a tackle, even though he can't break tackles at all. Why are both teams running the ball extremely well? I'm not used to this in an OFL watch game. Good run games, long runs, this is foreign to us. And now Wentz is going to run with it for a gain of 5. I thought I was going to say Wentz was hurt for a second. It almost looked like he got punched in the face. But instead, it's Joel Bitonio. And if Bitonio is in that play, maybe Connor doesn't lose 2. Courteous of Kenneth Murray. A QB choosing to run out of a pocket? That's pretty rare, too. It's intercepted! Wentz was hit as he thrown it. He probably should have just tried to get rid of it out of bounds, but it's a turnover for Jonathan Cyprien. This game has been incredible so far. No shortage of fireworks today. I mean, if you're a potential MVP, you can't be making that throw. Classic way. That's a Carson Wentz we all know and love.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
CMC fumbles it and it's picked up by the Caps. I don't believe this. I do not believe this. What is this game? It was a ball out. Ooh, I can't tell. Ooh. I don't think so. I think that knee was down. So that was close. But it looked like he was down. Imagine if he fumbled it there. That would have just been absolutely nuts. Yeah, he's down. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Down. Ball's still in his possession. That's not a fumble. So a massive break for the Bucs, assuming it is reversed, which it has to be. It is. Wow. This game has been nuts. We have been treated to a thriller, and we're 5 minutes in. F. Madden just trying to get your hopes up for no reason. That's like the worst when there's a fumble and it's reversed because you have your hopes up for a good 30 seconds just for them to be absolutely shattered. Every time I say you don't need a strong run game in this game. Ooh, did he get that? He did. It kind of looks like he didn't, but I looked up right at the end of the play. So I'm going to try to see that again on the stream. Oh yeah, he got that. He definitely did. Love under pressure from Watt. Gets rid of it. I mean, with the run games and the turnovers really taking over today, we have not seen a lot of either quarterback. I mean, Wentz threw the pick, and Jordan Love hasn't done a whole lot. Curious to see if that changes as the game goes along. As I was saying for a third time, you don't need a strong run game in Madden. You really don't. But having elite running backs is a big deal. If you don't have an elite running back, your run game sucks. Like, your running back needs to be at least a 90 overall, or else forget about having a good run game. That's why I always prioritize picking running backs early in the fantasy draft. If you want a good run game, you need an elite one. In Sim, that is. I mean, the Jag series, we don't have highly rated running backs, but we do have a good run game, but that's not because of Madden Sim. Caps get the stop. They now have the backward offense. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's see what our next piece of fireworks is going to be. Want a good pass game? Well, I mean, for the most part, I mean, Carson Wentz might be the MVP, so Carson's close to 90. He's like an 89. Yeah, but he doesn't have Superstar or Superstar X Factor, which is also a big deal. Although Superstar X Factor running backs in the 80s really aren't that impressive, you have to be in the 90s. And it's hard to draft a running back and develop them. You need like an elite running back in the sim to have a good run game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 3rd and 1. Are they going to try to punch it in with Connor, I imagine? That would be wise. It's a pass, and it does not work. Broken up by Henderson. What if Wentz plays terrible today, loses his team the game, and still wins MVP? MVP is a regular season award, so Wentz could do absolutely terrible today, and he still has an equal shot of winning MVP as he did 24 hours ago. Alright, now the game is starting to slow down a little bit. Whoever scores next, I feel like will be in a really good position. That's a holding on Titus Howard. I thought that was going to be a face mask because it was an awfully late flag. Madden hates pretty much everybody except for me. And Apple last year. But now Madden kind of hates Apple now too. Back from offering the Dolphins coach a lot of trade offers. Better not be harassing those DMs, giving them like 15. Wink, wink. Thank you. If you don't build a strong run game, you need a great pass game. Well, yeah, or else if you don't have a good run game and you don't have a good pass game, you're not going to have a good offense. Booger McFarland 2020. Yeah, you guys cannot stop McCaffrey right now. He has been really good tonight. You almost did with that fumble, but obviously it was reversed. Smirnoff better than Wentz. I don't know if I'd go that far yet, although there's certainly a reasonable debate for that. Need a great pass game, not just a good one. I'd say that's fair, but I mean, if you look at all the MVP candidates, for the most part, they do have good run games. The Bucks have McCaffrey. We have Josh Jacobs. The Thunderbirds have Carson and Ingram. The Cardinals have Kamara. And the Caps are the only team with an MVP candidate who doesn't have a great run game, and even they still have James Conner and Malcolm Tremblay, who are serviceable. Don't know if Diggs was just hurting you guys. What was that coverage? Was that Trent Boyett, who just got absolutely burned by scary Terry McLaurin for the Bucks touchdown? Rookie mistake there by the rookie. And Tampa Bay is on top for the first time today. That McLaurin guy ain't too bad. Guaranteed loss for Jacks. We still have 4 minutes in the second quarter. They're down by 7. I won't get that ahead of myself yet.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
We'll be back next year, don't worry. Well, there's still plenty of time. This game ain't over yet. Remember, if the Bucks win, they play Carolina. Toronto plays the Cardinals. If the Caps win, they will travel to Toronto, and Arizona will go to Carolina. Third and one. Big conversion for Columbus. Gain of 23 in the hands of whoever that guy is. Brandon Cooks. That's who it is. Panthers Bucks episode 3, Revenge of the Bucks. Please, EA gods. We've seen those two teams play against each other twice this year and watched, which is kind of odd. We see the Texans yet? No, the Texans are the last game of the day, which is the game after this one. So, Houston will be up next. Still have faith in Weezes and Wentz's.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 40-yard line. Wentz's pass complete.
2-minute warning. The Caps are moving it. Down by 7. Ooh, they didn't get it. It's 3rd and inches. I thought he got it. Imagine if they don't get it, and they don't. And they might be out of field goal range now, too. Kenneth Murray with the sack. Why wouldn't the Bucks call time? Bucks are kind of dumb for not calling timeout. Joey Sly for a 54-yarder. We know he is the leg distance, but does he have the accuracy? Nope. That one looked like it was wide left. No good. Yeah, that had the distance. But, I mean, it's Joey Sly, so... Remains 14-7. The Bucks start the ball in the second half. Tampa Bay has the opportunity to really make this game ugly. And have the 12-4 Caps end their season on Wild Card Weekend. You know, I'm just realizing now all 3 AFC playoff games were divisional games. I'm just noticing that. The Bills and the Jets are in the same division. Us and the Chargers are in the same division. The Colts and the Texans are in the same division. I did not notice that until right now. Has that ever happened before? Probably not. Got Madden 21. It was on EA Play. Nice. Third and 2. Tampa Bay is not in field goal range. Columbus can get a stop. That'd be a pretty big deal. And they don't, because Christian McCaffrey is a maniac. Jordan Love is 11 of 12. Wow. That's pretty good, I would say. Thinking more of titles for Carolina Tampa Bay Episode 1, the Carolina Menace Episode 2, the Attack of the Panthers. I feel like Episode 2 would be Attack of Baker Mayfield, because nobody on Carolina really played all that well except for Baker, who literally carried them to the win. So I feel like that's got to be something for Bake. Well, playoffs, see you next year. I mean, you guys aren't looking good, especially if you allow a score here. Which you won't allow a touchdown. You have that going for you. I had to go to a kid's birthday today. You lost to a 4-year-old in bowling. That's rough. Caps defense prepared for the fake on that play. The Bucks don't, because they're not idiots. And they make it 17-7. The Panthers strike back. Return of Love. Episode 7. Everybody gets hurt, and the Saints end up winning the division. Game plan. Give it to Tremblay. The Bucks could turn this game into a sim, because they start the ball in the second half. After how crazy the first 5 minutes were, I don't think anyone would have expected that, but Wentz has looked pretty underwhelming today. And Jordan Love is really starting to pick it up. But in a watch game for once, we actually have good run games. This is, again, very foreign. Definitely the biggest drive of the game here, but Bucks are up by 10. They have the ball, and they can really put themselves in good position on this drive. Really need division rivals playing in the playoffs to have Star Wars titles. Well, I mean, we've had 3 division games in the AFC, so you can make Star Wars titles for them. Yeah, it seems like the Bucks are not going to stop playing well. It seems like they're just on fire right now. Don't get why we pass the ball on 3rd down. You're not fooling anyone. Because you want to get more yards. You're going to get more yards by throwing it. Tampa Bay already at the opposing 41 after like 2 plays. Jordan Love is wheeling and dealing right now. Still only one incompletion. I mean, Carson Wentz has been really underwhelming, but Columbus's defense has been... Ugh, they have been bad. I mean, Wentz could have played really well, and the Caps might still not win this game. If I was Carolina, I would be worried. The Panthers beat the Bucks twice and watched, but both of those games were close. And if the Bucks are going to play like this, I don't know how anyone's going to beat them. There's a big play on third down and knock him out of field goal range for TJ Watt. That play could really flip this game. They were a yard away from getting the first down, and they would have been close up a red zone, but now they have to punt. That is gigantic. That puts Columbus back in. Nearly a what a punt from the GOAT, Sam Martin. Second best punter in the NFL, behind the real GOAT, Jack Fox. Nobody's better than Foxy. Columbus has to score on this drive, or else I don't think there's any chance they win. They have to score, even if it's a field goal, as long as they score something.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a nice throw from Wentz to Brandon Cooks, and he fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Bucks. Was the ball alpha? That's the question. Wow, look at this return from 36. He's going to take it to the house. If this play stands, this game turns into a sim. Out of nowhere. Wow. Was the ball out, though? That was a good play, too. He was wide open. Oh, he's down. That knee was down. It kind of is hard to tell if the ball was out. But based on how Madden animations work, I think he was down. So I think that fumble is going to be reversed. Do you know if the trade logic update is in current? I think it is, yeah. I think it's the same update for current gen and next gen. We do not have a good angle, but just a gut guess that I think that's not a fumble. Read your Star Wars titles for Indy Houston. The Indianapolis Menace attack the Texans. Revenge of Goof! New Colbert, Cult Strike Back, return of Naruto's running backs. The play is reversed. So Columbus gets a massive break, and now they get a first down at the 45, and Wentz is immediately sacked for a loss of 10. And is injured. Columbus just cannot catch a break today. There's Malcolm Tremblay making up for the sack. He has 2 carries for 48 yards. Who is the backup quarterback? I genuinely don't know. This organization had Tom Brady at one point, but he's on the other sideline. They just got to keep running the ball. Connor does not get it. You have to go for it here. 4th and 1 at the 46. You're down by 10 in a playoff game. You have to go for it. No, PlayStation and Xbox, current gen still is league history, I think. Fromm or Smart? Diablo legend Jake Fromm might be in the game. Why are they punting? That is such a weak call. That is so dumb. It's 4th and 1 on the opposing side of the field. You're down by 10 with 11 minutes of playoff game. You do not punt that. Nobody in their right mind punts that. That is, I mean, Columbus has gotten unlucky all day. I'll give them that. But that is an awful call. That is terrible. That is inexcusable from EA. Doing a Raiders franchise and Felipe Franks is your quarterback. He is a weird prospect. I think he could be better than people expect. I don't think he'll ever be a good starter, but, I mean, he has an arm. Oh, shoot, it's your team. What's good, Hobie? Welcome. Yeah, you guys are up 17-7. Jordan Love is absolutely dominating right now, as he gets sacked by Carl Lawson. But I think Love has thrown like 1 incompletion. I mean, he has out-dueled Wentz, which is certainly interesting considering they were both super high MVP candidates. So, Jordan Love, I guess, I mean, I think both quarterbacks kind of had a chip on their shoulder, and Love has certainly proved himself more than Carson. Your team is benefiting from EA logic. I think, the Bucks have gotten lucky, but I mean, Tampa Bay's been by far the better team too. Pass the ball twice on 3rd down and 1, and now you punt on 4th and 1. Yeah, Madden logic can just be odd. If you guys were like your own 25, then obviously it would make sense to punt it. But when you're past midfield, 4th and 1, down by 10, I don't know how the game said, yeah, let's punt it. That would be a first. Madden and helping out Hobie? Never thought I'd see the day. Wentz is back in the game, so clearly his injury was not serious. He's going to try to tough it out, which is ironic because, I mean, people don't think he's tough at all. So, maybe he's tough in the video game. Wentz has thrown the same amount of incompletions as Jordan Love. That's kind of odd, because Jordan Love has been way better. Brandon Cooks has, like, been the only receiver who's done anything for the Caps. I get Stephon Diggs is out, but I mean, Brandon Cooks looks like he's the only one who's trying on the receiving core. Should have given the ball to Tremblay? I don't know why he's only gotten 2 carries. I mean, I get he isn't the starting running back on the depth chart, but if Madden was smart, they'd feed him the ball. They have thrown the same amount of incompletions, yet Love has thrown it 19 times, and Wentz, I think, has thrown it, what, 9 times? And Love has taken more shots downfield. Jordan Love has just been flawless today. I don't think he's made a bad throw this whole game. Why does it say the Bucks have 6 in the 3rd quarter? Damn it, EA! I know they had a touchdown called back, but you can't be that dumb. 2 throws, 2 picks for Felipe Franks. Oof. Wentz has been good in the intermediate game, but it just doesn't seem like the Caps offense has really gotten into any sort of groove.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Wentz is going to take a shot for the heavens. And it was caught by the Caps, but out of bounds. He caught that. Or at least it looked like he caught that. Imagine if he had stayed in bounds. That would have been nuts. That was a good throw from Wentz. That was his first good deep throw of the game, and his first deep throw total. Oh, hey, it's Tremblay. Once again, when Malcolm Tremblay gets to a ball, he does something good with it. Now we got to score, and that's something I know we can do. I mean, this offense is good, but just not today. Except when Malcolm Tremblay has a ball in his hands. That was dangerous. 34 should have picked that off, as Ed Oliver is injured now. That's a pretty big deal for the Bucks. Is he going to the locker room, though? That's the question. He is. So this means Ed Oliver is at least done for the game. But could he be out longer? Second and 10. Short throw for Cooks again for a first down. The Caps are not out of this game. There were a few points where it looked like they were done, but they're like hanging on by a thread right now. The Bucks are in the driver's seat, but Columbus is still trying to hold on for dear life. EA has ticked up the injuries in the playoffs. I have not touched the injury slider since, like, the start of OFL 21. So, I don't know why there's been way more in the playoffs. That's super odd. Nearly every injuries. There's a big sack. And now Trent Brown is hurt. There's another one. I couldn't tell who got the sack, but that's a really big play. Why are you running down the clock? Well, the clock stopped there, but you also lost your best offensive lineman. So, payback, I don't know. 3rd and 11, that was a good throw but a really nice play by the corner. Caps are going to kick the field goal. This is probably the right call. You're down by 10. You got to take the points. But can Columbus stop the Bucks? Tampa Bay's offense has not scored in the second half, but they still move the ball pretty well. Turn down the injuries for the divisional round. No, this makes things interesting. I mean, I know we had a bunch, but most of these injuries are not like going into next week, like all of ours.
The Bucks take over first and 10 at their own 37.
Now, well, the Bucks haven't really given the ball to McCaffrey a ton as of late, other than like the first quarter, because they've just had Jordan Love just sling the rock all day, and it's worked. But maybe they can get a stop. But at the same time, it's Christian McCaffrey who's also really good. So I wouldn't bet on it. Your entire team's going to be dead by the conference championship. If you even make it. Well, I guess if you do or don't, they'll still be dead. Big sack for Carl Lawson. It was 2 today. 3rd and 11. Now, this is the biggest play of the game. A stop would be huge here for the Caps. A first down would be huge here for the Bucks. And it's a short throw from McCaffrey. He has blocks. Does he get the first? No, the safety comes in at the last minute. McCaffrey looked like he was going to get that first down for a sec. Marcus may have, no pun intended, may have just saved the season for the Caps. The trade deadline acquisition, who has proven to be a really good pickup. What a shank. Imagine if Columbus wins this game. That would be wild. And then it would be proof that Madden really does absolutely hate Hobie's guts. How are you using a playbook that has a lot of blitzes and you don't blitz? EA Logic. 2nd and 4. Wentz is sacked. The corner coming up on his blind side. Brian Poole. It's a big play. 4 sacks for the Bucks. Cougars have 3. Now it's 3rd and 10. If you don't get it here, I think you have to go for it if you're Columbus. Will that even be an issue, though? It will, because now it's going to be like 4th and 20. Devon Gottschall, 4th and 19. Ooh. Do you trust your defense? If it was 4th and 10, I think it's a no-brainer, but 4th and 19, and they're still going to do it. So you go for it on 4th and 19 from your own 23, but you don't on 4th and 1 at the opposing 46. Wentz just heaves it up, hopes he gets lucky, and he doesn't. Yeah, I don't think Columbus could win this game because the Bucks have it at like the 20 whatever, the 23. They are in field goal range. So Tampa Bay should win this game. This was certainly a good one, though. But it looks like the 12 and 4 Columbus Caps season will end prematurely. This is the first, I would say, big upset. Even though the Bucks are really good, I would still consider this a pretty big upset. First down on this play officially ends it. Yeah, he's trash. We all know it. This same Bucks team, I think... Did they win a playoff game last year? I don't think they did. Yeah, I want to say they lost to San Francisco, so now they actually are getting a playoff win, most likely. The Caps get the stop, but the Bucks are in field goal range, so they could still make it a 2-score game. I hate EA's guts, and they hate me, and Hobie just says, oh. Think whoever wins Cardinals, Thunderbirds wins it all? I mean, the Panthers and Bucks are 2 really good teams, too. Carolina won the whole thing last year. And they're playing the Carolina is better than they were last year when they won the championship. And the Bucks, when their offense is on, they're as dangerous as anybody. And all 4 NFC teams remaining are probably better than everybody in the AFC. You lost your first playoff game last year? Okay, that's what I thought. So Tampa Bay, after not winning a playoff game last year, will win this one, barring something ridiculous. What happened? The Caps got a stop, but since the Bucks were in field goal range, They made the kick, and it's now a 10-point game. So, with no timeouts, the Bucks should win. Y'all sleep. I had, in my predictions, I had you guys beating us in the second round, Lucario. So, if there's anyone who's not sleeping on Colbert, it's me. And even so, I mean, I don't trust Colbert watched. Columbus is now the in real life Steelers, yeah, but at least their quarterback isn't 38 years old and has fallen off a cliff within a matter of 2 months. Think your team is most well-rounded, good pass game, good run game, good defense? Yeah, I would say your team is probably most well-rounded. I would agree with that, but it doesn't have enough star power. I mean, on paper it does, but in comparison to the other teams. You trust yourself and watch more than Coburn? I don't trust Coburn and watch at all, but I just have a weird feeling the Texans are gonna make a little run. What if the Texans win the OFL Bowl? And Naruto actually wins a ring with a team that he built. That would be the funniest thing, because when Naruto won his ring in OFL 20, it wasn't really his team. He just happened to be the coach. But if he leads a team to a championship, that would be funny. With a 55 overall quarterback at that. That would just show that Madden is completely flawed. Caps are going to have another player, too. He has to go right to the end zone here. He doesn't really have a choice. That's what he does, and it's incomplete. They just have to take shots for the end zone. That's their only choice. 4th and 5, this is it. Smirnoff plays well, you win it all. That certainly could happen. If Alexis Smirnoff plays really well, it's going to be hard to stop you guys. Watch him throw the check down. He doesn't. Oh my goodness, what a catch! Not that it's going to matter, but oh boy. I love how the Caps are celebrating even though they're 4 seconds away from losing. Okay, Columbus is still alive for another 15 seconds. They need to get the onside kick and they need to execute a Hail Mary. Imagine if this works. It's not, but that'd be wild. Is IT still wanting a trade? Probably. Even though the Chiefs actually have the coach now, I don't think that's really going to change. That was close. But the Bucks recover and they win a thriller. I feel like the game was not as close as the score says it was, but this was arguably the best playoff game we've had so far. I mean, the Saints Thunderbirds went into overtime, but I don't think it was as exciting as this one. So the 12-4 Caps, after being the last team to lose a game, their season ends in the wild card round. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who lost in this wild card round last year, are traveling up to Carolina to play the Panthers for a 3rd time. The Panthers won the first 2 games in close matchups and watched. It's hard to beat teams 3 times in the same year, but Carolina doesn't look like anyone's going to beat them. And this means the Cardinals will play the Thunderbirds in the 2nd round. That game's going to be awesome. Jordan Love was really good. Wentz, he didn't play like an MVP, but he wasn't bad. You see a better draft position, yeah, you'll probably have like pick 24. Because you're going to be the highest finishing team who loses in the wild card round. Both teams ran the ball surprisingly well for watched. Receiving, Brandon Cooks was really good. McLaurin was 2. Kenny Stills had that ridiculous touchdown at the end. The pass rushers were both quite good. Lawson had 2. Knight, Cross, Godshaw, Poole, Watt, and Murray all had 1. And then Jonathan Cyprian had that interception early in the game, which really gave the Bucs momentum, and then they had control for pretty much the rest of the game. T-Birds Cardinals is the type of game everyone wants to see. I'm probably going to have to save that game for last, because that game's going to be nuts. Alright, final game of the day, Colts and Texans. I've saved this game for last because this game just really intrigues me. The Colts beat the Texans twice, right? I think the Colts won both times. I know they won and watched in week 4. No, they split. But the Colts won and watched, and obviously this is watched. So I think the advantage goes to the Colts. The Texans have the 60 overall quarterback, who isn't very good and watched. But I don't know. I think this game's going to be interesting. Yeah, the Kenny Stills trade was vetoed. It didn't work. You do not have the ability to wait for that type of game. We're going to have to wait, Chief. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. 2. I think we've used her to the home team all 3 times today. That's odd. Apple gets to be a user! And he's not here for it. That's an absolute shame. The one time Apple gets to be the user, he is like the one time he isn't here. That's kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny. Do the Colts have a Colbert? No, they don't. Has Colbert gotten his X Factor yet? He has. Okay. Alright, we could go for regular Colt jerseys, or we could go for blue helmets. They have blue pants somewhere. Yeah. Do we want their homes, or do we want the all blues? We didn't watch the all blue Caps jerseys, and they lost. So I kind of want to see the all blues. I wish the Colts had like an actual blue helmet. That would be cool. Like one that they actually use. The Colts only have one X Factor, and that's rookie Billy Costigan. Texans have Travis Kelce, Russell Wilson, the backup, Demario Davis, and the man himself, Zachy and Colbert, superstars, Chris Godwin, Rodney Hudson, Brandon Brooks, Darius Leonard, and Shaq Thompson. What's the Colts rating? They're an 83. The Texans are an 82. Both teams finished 9-7. The Colts won the South based on tiebreakers and stuff. Even if the tiebreakers would have gone to the Texans, I still think this would be the 4-5 game. It would just be in Houston. Remember, no Saquon Barkley today. He is out for the Colts. Which is a very, very big deal. Because their offense runs through Saquon. Texans would be the favorites if they started Wilson. What if Colbert's superstar ability is pocket a deadeye? I mean, Colbert has his abilities now. When we first watched Colbert, he didn't. So that's a big deal. And he's a little bit better now. Now that he's gotten like 6 upgrade points, he's still like a 61, but he's not as bad. And with Saquon being out for the Colts, I could see this game going either way. Who starts the ball? It looks like Indy will. First time playing against Arizona in your OFL career. That's crazy. Here comes out the Colts, led by Jared Goff. He had a solid year, but the Colts are heavily linked to quarterback Isaiah Thomas, who wants out of KC. So could this be Goff's last hurrah in Indy? And where will he play next year? He has to start somewhere. He's too good to not start. Totally no bias here. Texans open things up with a sack for Claiborne. Did you play against Arizona in Season 1? I have no clue. Yeah, Arizona has a better run game, and they have a better run defense. So they have that going for them for sure. Here's a screen for Ito Smith. He's going to have to step up today. If we lose to Goofy Goober, I swear. Goofy Goober. Wentz is also the only MVP candidate to get eliminated in the wildcard round. Because the other 4 have all advanced: Mahomes, Smirnov, Love, and Chippendale. Did I predict the Bucks to win? I don't remember who I picked in that game. I know I've gotten the first 4 right. But who did I pick? I picked the Bucks. So if Houston wins, I'm going to go 6 for 6 in my picks. So that means Indy's going to win by about 30. Kobe complete.
For Travis Kelce, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
He was wide open, and Colbert, with his 30 short accuracy, actually got it right on the money.
Complete to Aaron Jones.
You'd argue Love and Smirnoff were the best playoff quarterbacks this week. Jordan Love was definitely the best.
First down.
I would say Chippendale was probably the second best. And then from there, probably Smirnoff or Mahomes. Mahomes wasn't all that good. I would say Love 1, Chip 2, and Smirnoff 3.
The pass complete to Jay Sternberger. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At their
Mahomes was not up to expectations. Jordan Love exceeded expectations. Chip definitely exceeded mine. And Smirnoff was really good too. Mahomes was not that impressive. He played good at the end, but at the beginning he was, if I remember correctly, he was not very good. He had an 100.8 rating. I mean, that's not bad, but that's not elite. I mean, that's an average game for a guy like Mahomes. Oh my, Aaron Jones. Whoa. He found the hole there, that's what he said, and took it the distance.
touchdown, Houston.
Everybody said the Colts were going to easily win this game. I said not so fast.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
Smirnoff is only 3 because you pounded the bulldog so hard you didn't need to throw. That's true. I mean, you guys didn't really need to throw the ball a lot. And when Smirnoff did pass it, he avoided mistakes. But Jordan Love was flawless, and Chippendale was incredible.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So I think by default, that kind of puts Smirnoff at 3. Because Chip and Love also both avoided mistakes. Aaron Jones, you handsome man. Winner gets to beat down on the Diablos, that's true. Yep, I don't know. I have a bad feeling we're going to lose next week. It's just a matter of who. And both of these are good teams. And the Cougars get to play the Jets because we lost in Week 17.
That's good for a Colts.
JK, you're probably not wrong.
34-yard line.
Colts have not gotten off to a great start, but we're only 4 minutes in. There's still plenty of time for them to pick this up. And Ito Smith is a capable running back. It's not like they were the Snowhawks last year when they had a 60 overall at starting to running back at the end of the year and just could not run the ball at all. Ito Smith is a good backup, but you'd prefer to have Saquon. The Colts had 2 Offensive Player of the Year candidates, remember. Not only Saquon, but they also had Chris Godwin, who statistically was probably the best receiver in the league this year. So you're going to need him to step up even more. Wouldn't you know, Godwin inside the 20. Goff is 5 for 5.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Kamara, best running back? Probably. I mean, Derrick Henry was good when he got the ball, but the Jets only scored 7 points. Jacobs wouldn't deserve it. McCaffrey, I mean, he was good early, but he wasn't very good late. Mark Ingram was really good in overtime, but before that, the Thunderbirds' run game wasn't really all that good.
10 yards on the pickup.
Figured out
Second and inches.
what you have that all the other teams can't compete with Miles Jack. I mean, Miles Jack is one of the best off-ball coverage linebackers in this game, just because there aren't a ton of good ones. And Miles Jack is really good. There's Ito for the touchdown. This is going to be a really good game. I saved this one for last for a reason, instead of the Bucks Cats. Gentleman's agreement that if Siri chooses Arizona, there's a 98% chance of happening. You choose where they all play. Oh yes, definitely. Can you put Aaron Jones at linebacker? I mean, he's built like one.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Nice throw for Kelsey. Okay.
The pass. Complete to Travis Kelsey. A gain of 12. First down, Texans.
Oh, hey, what's good, Apple? Welcome. The Colts got the ball first. They stalled out. Then the Texans had it. Aaron Jones had a ridiculous run, and then you guys drove down the field and scored. Jared Goff, I think, is like 6 for 6. He's been really good. What if the Bills somehow won it all? Well, luckily that's not going to happen because they just lost to the Jets. So, what if the Jets win it all, though? That would be kind of sad. Texans in real life or OFL? Well, the OFL Texans. I mean, they have Colbert. The in real life Texans don't have that. India the ball first, did nothing. Yeah, Aaron Jones went Super Saiyan. And Colts responded. Is Vita Vea's hurt, but they're showing him on the sideline, so that means he'll be completely fine. Third and 11. What does Colbert have up his sleeve? That was an accurate throw, but broken up by the defense. Jets, suck. Well, they have to play the Cougars this week. That's going to be a tough one. The Cougars are a balanced squad, and Joe Mixon is pretty damn good. So, I don't think the Jets are going to win that game. So, it'll be the Cougars versus the winner of this game, because I just have a weird feeling we're going to lose next week. I don't know, I just have a feeling that both of these teams will beat us, and I don't know why. In real life Eagles or OFL Eagles? Now, that's a question, because I know people are going to disagree with this, but I'm a big deal for the Eagles. Because at least they have competent management, unlike the real Eagles. If you take any NFC team, put them in the AFC, they'd be the favorite. I agree. All 4 NFC teams are better than everybody in the AFC. Who's left? And the Caps would be the favorite in the AFC, even though they lost. 3rd and 8. Here's a nice first down for the Colts to end the first quarter. Yeah, I had the feeling this is going to be a really good game. And it's been a good one so far. Tied at 7. Watched Colbert versus the Saquon-less Colts. But so far, no Saquon, no problem. Ito Smith is cooking. There's Ito again. I voted Saquon first for Offensive Player of the Year, and it seems like the Colts are doing just fine without him. So maybe I shouldn't have done that.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Losing always hurt her. In real life Colts or OFL Colts? That's a good question, too.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
I'm going to pick a healthy OFL Colts. Because when Saquon is healthy, this team is probably one of the 3 best teams in the conference. I don't know if I can say that about the real-life Colts, although after the Chiefs and the Bills, I mean, there's an argument for the Colts being the next best team. You just got a guy in scouting named Kevin Stefanski. Super Bowl of Cougars-Cardinals will be fun. That will be a good game. 2 good rushing offenses, 2 strong defenses. 2 old-fashioned football teams. I think that'd be a fun game.
The pass intended for Traquan Smith. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
How much do the OFL Thunderbirds beat the real-life Vikings by? By -24. Just kidding. I mean, the real-life Vikings aren't bad. They're just the most average team in existence. I mean, when healthy, that team is good. But I would still think the Thunderbirds would win, because the Thunderbirds are really good. Ito with another nice run.
Ito Smith, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
There's a stop. Ito's been quiet out there since his hot start. Texans' run defense is starting to pick it up. Here's Delpit.
A 6-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
Third and goal. It's a screen for Ito. Can he get the blocks? No, he does not. Colts are going to have to kick the field goal with 4 eyes.
Complete to Ito Smith.
Defense, never heard of her.
Brings up 4th and goal. Rodrigo Blanco.
Good drive for the Colts. They were unable to find the end zone, but Hot Rod will deliver from 24 yards out.
Makes the score Colts 10, Texans 7.
Putting the Colts back on. Actually, the Colts never had the lead, so this is the first time they're on top.
Instead 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Hot take, Alec Ingold is the best fullback in the league. You forget about Juice? No one's better than Kyle Juszczyk. Although Ingold, I think, is pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to act like I know about all the fullbacks. But doesn't Alec Ingold have a nice head of hair? I could be totally wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he does. Colbert is sacked by Mac Wilson.
Quarterback sack. A loss of 5 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Fullbacks are a smart part of every... That's not even a hot take. That's just true. Outside of San Francisco with Juice. Fullbacks are the dead position.
Complete to Travis Kelce. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Houston.
Now the 39. Here's a nice run for Aaron Jones. 1 yard away from the magic number.
Made right at midfield.
He has to get 1 on his next run.
And the Texans first down.
It's official. My run defense was better, and James Conner is out of there. Tremblay has to be the man, as Jones does not get 1. He gets 4.
Antoine Winfield on the
Trash talk starting between the Cardinals and T-Birds. I was kind of wanting to see the trash talk match between Jack and Jackson Nick. Having those guys in a playoff game against each other, that would have been something. But, I mean, Nick and Nick with some trash talk, I'm up for that too.
intended for Sammy Watkins. Incomplete.
Sadness, you guys are winning. And you might get a stop because Colbert is not accurate. He is accurate there. Ooh, Aaron Jones with a big broken tackle. Indy should have had that stop, but they don't.
Complete to Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones has been really good today. I think he has over 100 all-purpose yards. If not, he's close. And he already has a ridiculous touchdown. Here's almost a ridiculous touchdown. Colbert is now 6 for 9. Nice. Over to DK Metcalf. Jones is definitely the Texans MVP today.
Houston.
But, I mean, Goff has been really good for the Colts.
Touchdown, Houston.
And Houston gets for touchdown. Devontae Parker puts the Texans on top again with 1:20 in the half.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
Houston starts with the ball in the second half. So if Indy can score here, that'd be pretty big.
The kick is good. Makes the
Madden
score
doesn't give Wentz
Texans
X Factor,
17,
you will riot.
Colts 10. Brandon McManus set to kick off. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Indy's all 3 timeouts. They have more than enough time to do something here. So, there's no reason to panic yet. Nick Baum, if the KC coach gives IT a defense, he'll stay. I just saw that a second ago. That's big, but what does Damian have up his sleeve? You're right, if Smirnoff does not get superstar. Yeah, both Wentz and Smirnoff deserve to go up, in my opinion. Doesn't mean they will. That was a really nice play. Not only breaking the tackles, but getting out of bounds for Auden Tate. Was that a good first half?
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Another nice first down for Indy. They call time. Colts are in field goal range. That's big, but with 45 seconds, can they get the touchdown and have the lead at half? Well, they're not in field goal range anymore. No, they still are. Goff breaks the sack, and that's actually going to go for positive yards. What a play by Jared Goff. Don't want to leak something with the Chiefs defense. Just saying IT might want it out. So what, you're trading for one good player on their... Oh, yeah, Travion Henderson. For one good player on their defense, even though he's like a 63 overall, he's still nuts. They're just going to play a safety kick now. I mean, that's not an awful call because there's no timeouts. I mean, you still got to take a shot at just the end zone. 16 seconds, I think. Yeah, but that 63 overall safety is really good. He had 4 picks this year. I think he had 4 interceptions last year, too. So it's not like he's some one-year wonder. Who else do the Chiefs have good on their defense? Roquan? I mean, Roquan is hurt, but I guess in the offseason you'll be able to get him.
At their own 25-yard line.
Shocked to see what the Diablos did to the Chargers after what you did to them. Well, I think that just shows that you guys are really good. End of the first half here in the final game of Wild Card Weekend. Texans up by 1. They start the ball in the second half. But this is literally anyone's game. This could go either way. This is like a 50-50 chance for both teams. He had 4 by week 5 and did nothing. Yeah, the 4 picks in the first 5 games is still pretty impressive. But yeah, he did have all of them super early. I think you're right.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Texans start off with the ball. Aaron Jones has been a beast today. If they just keep the ball in his hands, they can easily win.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 5, short gain of 3.
Complete to Travis Kelce.
Yeah, is Roquan their highest rated defender? I'm actually not sure. Let me check. Third and 1, good conversion. Their highest rated defender is Roquan, yeah. As of the preseason roster video, I don't know if that still stands.
First down,
I feel like the NFC is being in Borderlands universe. Borderlands and AFC is on Minecraft peaceful mode. I mean, this isn't Minecraft peaceful, though. This is hardcore. Bills Jets is definitely peaceful mode.
Jones again the ball carrier. Darius Leonard on the tackle. No gain.
Nothing there
Brings up second and
for
10
Jones.
at the 43-yard line.
Kobe incomplete. May or may not have happened. Who's the Caps' current middle linebacker? I don't remember. I guess there's only one way to check. 3rd and 10. Kobe under pressure. That's a strip sack for Darius Leonard. It is recovered by the Texans. Traded. No, he's saying he traded away Roquan for DeMarcus Lawrence a while ago. And since Jax is reacting strongly about that, that means Roquan Smith is a Columbus Cap.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Goff gonna keep it himself, he fumbles it. He had a really good run just for, oh my, what a return. He just picked it up and just ran wild. Grant Delpit, holy smokes. Was that a QB design run? Hold on, let me go back. That was kind of a wild play. Okay, it was a read option. Goff had a nice run. Was the ball out, though? That's the question. They're not going to review it. Making it through the NFC is like trying to complete the 12 labors. Are you sure that's not Boomy who said it? With adding the U there? Defense, heard of her. I was in it. Alright, let me see the fumble again. Considering they didn't review it, it was probably out. But I guess there's only one way to check. Yep, that's out. That's a fumble. So the Texans are now up by 8. It's still technically a one-score game, but that's the biggest play of the game so far. They needed to have the ball. They had a nice first down run, and then poof. Ball comes flying out. That's what she said. Judging from Octi's reaction, he does not have a clue what the 12 labors are. You would be correct about that. The only thing that interested me about that is that you put a U there as if it was Canadian. Goff is 17 of 19. He's been super efficient. Final four of the NFC is a band of Grizzlies veterans looking like Rambo. The AFC. How do I turn the safety off my gun? I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The NFC is the big boys and the AFC is the Teletubbies. Welcome back, Boomy. You missed Nick spelling labor with a U as if it was Canadian about 2 minutes ago. So, I would say you came in at a good time. Nice catch by Auden Tate. Read more on Hercules, loser. No, I don't feel like it.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Reading, ew, who does that? Goff is broken away from multiple sacks today. I mean, outside of a fumble, Jared Goff has been really good. I don't know whether to call him Goff or Goof or both. Sad, and you guys are only down by 8. There's still plenty of time. You guys have the ball, and your quarterback is playing really well. That's how they spelled it on Wiki? Yeah, probably because it was made by a Canadian. The AFC feels like it's developmentally... It's not that bad. I mean, the NFC teams are better than the AFC teams, but there are still some good teams in this conference. And then the Jets. What are they going to do here? Are they going to kick the field goal? This is a 52-yarder. With how lowly rated Four Eyes is, this is not a guarantee. That looks good. Yeah, he got it. Nice kick for Hot Rod, Rodrigo Blankenship, and it's now 21-16. Superstar Cobra looking like a different breed. This is definitely his best watch game. Call him Goof on days that end with Y. What about nights that end with Y? Should the NFL have a farm league? I would say no. I don't think the NFL needs it. Of course, Saquon's out. Yeah, Saquon got hurt, I think, last week. So, yeah, he is not played at all today. Give a chance for later round guys to play. I mean, I think it is a good idea, but that's kind of what the preseason is for. Oh my, Zachy and Colbert, what a run. For 30. But with how common injuries are in football, you almost don't want to injure your developmental guys who just might not be good enough, and they're still practicing with the team. Slide made a 46-yard kick, it would have been a totally different story right now. You might be right. You might be right about that. First and 10. Colbert under pressure. Another missed tackle by Indy. That was Billy Costigan. The only X factor on the team who misses it. Well, the only healthy X factor, because Saquon. No one reacted to your previous message. I'm sorry to hear that. Pain. Well, which member of the AFC is Barney and which one is Fred's? If I'm Barney, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Wow, they stopped him. 4th and inches to start the 4th quarter. If you're Houston, you have to go for it. And there was his 2. Watch that. This is not a guarantee. Make this a 52-yarder. Okay, they're going to let the clock run out.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Texans 20.
Cougars is Barney. Payne. They're still kicking. This is a 52-yarder. This might not fall. I think it's more likely you get the 4th down conversion. Okay, he drilled that. That's such a dumb call, though. I would be more confident in getting a foot than making that kick. Which is really weird why they called that. That's even dumber, in my opinion, than the Caps punting it down by 10 on 4th and 1 at their opposing 46. Because at least you can make an argument for the Caps just trying to play it safe. But, like, mathematically, the Texans have no reason to kick it there. That just makes no sense. And DJ Humphries is hurt, yeah. Announcer Jinx, what do you know? It's a real thing. But on the bright side for the Texans, it is still an 8-point game again. So, I mean, maybe that's why I'm not an OFL play-calling head coach. Goof up the middle. Okay. He has continued to be efficient. That was Tyler Higbee, who's been quiet. I don't think I said his name today.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Imagine getting hurt on a kick. Imagine being a kicker getting hurt on a kick. Like Fat Randy did, even though Fat Randy faked his injury. In week 1, when he missed the chip shot game winner. Ito Smith has 8 catches for 51 yards. That's such a Madden-like stat line. That's not even Ito's fault. That's just them continuing to throw the ball to the running back.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Oh my, Auden Tate, touchdown, Indy. We could be tied. Pending the 2-point conversion. Oh boy, playing it safe while you threw the ball on 3rd down. Yeah, I mean, that call did not make any sense. But I think there's an argument to be made why they punted it. A dumb argument, but an argument. All right, Colts obviously have to go for 2, and it works! Goff with a quick strike for, I believe, Traquan Smith, and we're tied at 24. Oh, baby, we've got ourselves a thriller. Get your popcorn, boys. I saved this game for the end for a reason. Has anyone scored 24 yet in any of the games? Arizona did. How many did we get? We had 20.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, the most points a team has scored so far in the playoffs is 24. Well, that's going to change here because one of these teams has to win. Most respectful thing you can say to the Cardinals is that they have cool uniforms. There's a flag. Colbert breaks the sack. That was a nice play by Colbert, but this one's probably going to make a hole or something. Yeah, you guys scored 24, so you guys now have the tie for highest. But one of these teams is going to have to get at least over 24. Because playoff games can end in ties. Would have been funny if it was an interception if the Texans returned it for 2. So what, it'll be 26-22? That might be a scoregami. That's such a weird score. Who scores 26 in a football game? Colbert does look like a real quarterback. He's played well today. I'm impressed with Zach and Colbert. 10 of 15, 123 yards. He has a nice run. He's avoiding mistakes. He's breaking sacks. Do I like one division? I don't know what that is, so I have no opinion. 3rd and 10, incomplete, but Colts get a stop. Wow, that is big. Winner is going to Mexico City to beat up on the Diablos next week. So the winner gets a guaranteed spot in the AFC Championship.
QT on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
What could Jared Goff do? Well, he fumbles it on the first play of the drive, and it's picked up by Houston. Oh, my word. As good as Jared Goff has thrown the ball today, he's fumbled it twice, and they've both been scooping scores. Was the ball out, though? That one's close. That one is really close. And they're not going to review it. Like, if you watch anything Marvel or follow Marvel, no, I know nothing about superheroes at all. Cannot be anything with happy about how your team has played this year. I would agree with that for you guys. All right, we have to see the fumble again. By Harvey Grady, I think he was a first-round pick. Yep, that's definitely out. That's not close. I don't know why I thought it was. So Houston has 2 scoop and scores today. Jared Goff has thrown the ball so well, but he's had 2 costly fumbles.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Jared Goff looking like Danny Dimes. Ohio State took the lead. How? How does Illinois beat Michigan by almost 30 without Io, and now they come back to earth? Does this mean Illinois is better without Io? I mean, as long as Jared Goff does not fumble the ball, the Colts can come back. Imagine losing to Coker. It's only a 7-point game. This one's not over yet. Jared Goff has been throwing lasers all over the field today. You've never seen 30 in a watch game? Well, there you go. Here's 31.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Guess who did it? MF and Cover. Well, Cover's been lucky because he had 2 defensive touchdowns, but that should have been picked. 56 had it right in his hands.
The pass, incomplete.
But I guess the starting quarterback who put up 30 in a watch playoff game is, by definition, Zach Cover and maybe Jared Goff. Okay, maybe not Jared Goff. He turns it over again. Jason Verrett with the interception. That's 3 turnovers today in the second half for Jared Goff.
At the 30-yard line.
Color is the correct way to say color. Is it color or is it color? Color. Watching OFL most weeks feels like 1990s football. You're not wrong. I mean, I'm trying to make the sliders more offensive, and it seems like the games, as the OFL 21 has gone along, are more offense heavy. But
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
that should have been picked. There's a reason he's called Goof. Has Jared Goff had a good game today? That's a genuine question because he's been throwing the ball really well, but he's turned it over 3 times, and he's if they had an average quarterback playing, they probably wouldn't be winning. But if they also did not have 3 turnovers, they wouldn't be winning, obviously. Goff returning to his roots. 48-yard kick. That is no good. The Colts still have a shot. Wow. Wow, that was wide right. Jared Goff still, and the Colts still have a chance, boys. Who is in the zone? Oh, that'd be Demario Davis. They really still have a chance. There's 3 minutes. The Colts offense has been really good today. Minus 3 plays being the turnovers. Want to do another turnover again? That'd be kind of sad if you guys got... Oh, that was a dangerous throw. But Godwin comes down with it. Yeah, Goff is 28 for 34. He's completed practically over 80% of his passes.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
We're almost at the 2-minute warning. This is intense playoff football, baby. Godwin again inside the 15. So if the Colts score on this drive, that means Zach Colbert is going to have a chance for a game-winning drive in a playoff game. Put that into perspective, fellas. Fumbles it for 1. Oh my gosh, that'd be so sad. Imagine if Goff has like such an easy touchdown and just fumbles it. Another first. If I'm Indy, I'm chewing clock right now. That's really dumb to go no huddle. You have it at 3. And Goff is immediately sacked because they rushed to the line of scrimmage, and they're rushing again. This is bad clock management. Goff, don't throw it to the running back. He doesn't. All right. 3rd and goal at the 5. Since he was out of bounds, they don't have to run no huddle. Here we go. The Colts have 2 chances to get it in the end zone. They do have 3 timeouts. So technically, if they don't get a touchdown, it's not technically over, but you have to get it in. 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee, I think. And we are tied at 31 with 1:11 to go. Wow, I thought last game was really exciting, but this one, oh lordy. So the Colts really outsmarted us there with that bad clock management. You're rooting for the Colts? I would like to... I'm okay with either of these teams winning, because Colbert for the memes, wouldn't mind seeing him win, and then I think the Colts are a fun team. If they beat us, I'd like to see them maybe go all the way. Boo, go for 2. I mean, there's a legitimate argument for them going for 2 there, but I don't blame them. All the Texans need a field goal. They have a 61 overall at quarterback. Can you trust Colbert here? He's played well today. He hasn't been great, but he's avoided mistakes unlike the other starting quarterback. But is it enough to win? Nearly got a sack there. Instead, it's a first down for Aaron Jones, and it stops the clock. No, it doesn't stop the clock. Okay. Houston might as well just start calling their timeouts. I mean, they had 3. Might as well use them. You have them. That one is nearly intercepted. 31 had it right in his hands, like I got to Antoine Winfield. F off, Google moderator. Down to 42 seconds, 2nd and 10. Check down for Kelsey. Does he get the first? Yep. They have to call a timeout here. What are they doing? These teams just are refusing to call their timeouts. There you go. Down to 23 seconds, though. How to win versus the Colts. Screens. Yeah, I will say the Colts have not done a good job tackling specifically Aaron Jones today. I mean, it's hard to tackle Aaron Jones. I get it. Colbert under pressure. Can Darius Leonard get to the quarterback? He does. Darius Leonard with a couple big plays today. Darius Leonard has shown in OFL 20 and in OFL 21 that he can be an edge rusher, even though he isn't. So we're probably going to overtime. I mean, if there's anyone you want throwing a Hail Mary, it's this guy. Can we please get a Colbert Hail Mary? Please. Oh, they're just going to punt it here, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, that's probably a smart call. I wanted a Colbert Hail Mary, though. That's weak. So, bearing some punt return, we're going to overtime. There you go. Colbert throws a Hail Mary. It's caught. Texans win. Oh, my goodness. That'd be funny. Very high scoring 4th quarter. Both teams scored in every quarter. And both teams had double digits in the 4th. We're going to overtime. Who starts the ball? The Texans choose heads. And, wow, it actually is heads. Huh. I thought tails never failed. Well, I guess it failed this time. So in playoff overtime rules, If the Texans score a touchdown on this drive, they win the game. If they don't score a touchdown, then the Colts don't have to worry about the clock. If the Texans get stopped, or if they kick a field goal, then the Colts can keep driving for the rest of the overtime period if it's their first drive. I think that's how it works. And immediately an early flag on Andre Smith, bringing him back to the 17. I don't know. I have a feeling Indy's going to win. I don't know. I just don't trust the Texans' offense right now. They need to give the ball to Aaron Jones as much as possible, and if they do that, then maybe I'll trust him more. Can't imagine how Apple Lucario is feeling right now. I mean, you had an overtime game too, but you also... Wait, who started the ball in that game? I think you guys did and you scored. Yeah, the Saints didn't even get a possession. Are they going to give them a first down with forward progress? They're not. 3rd and 1. Here we go. Can Indy get a stop? They have to give it to Aaron Jones. They do, and he got it. Okay. Gain of 5.
Aaron Jones on the carry. Vita Vea on the stop. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Houston.
Now at the 32, back to Jones, and he only gets 2.
Jones again, the ball carrier.
You can't only run the ball, but you have to give it to Aaron Jones as much as possible.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
I mean, he's probably the best player on this offense. I know they have Travis Kelce. I know they have DK, but DK isn't a glitch, and tight ends aren't that useful in this game. So Aaron Jones is the focal point of the offense right now. 3rd and 8. Incomplete. So now it's the first one to score. Lol, Octi thinking we can get a stop. Well, you guys just did get a stop, so there you go. First one to put up points wins. Can we have a what a punt? Oh, baby. Oh, baby, what a punt. It is down at the 1 for Rigoberto Sanchez. The Texans could get a safety to end the game. Wow. Rigo Sanchez, holy smokes. No safety on that play, although Ito only gets a yard.
Ito Smith, the ball carrier.
Second, and you just have to keep running it. I mean, the Colts just got unlucky with field position, but they can't do anything wild. Okay, you have it at the 5 now. I would probably pass it, but you can't. They're going to run it. I would pass it, but you have to get rid of the ball quick. I think this is a little bit weak in the playoffs to run it. Oh, he almost got it, but he does not. So the punt proves to be a huge deal. Are we going to have another double overtime playoff game? Please no. Run out of shotgun at the 1. That's going to work well. Normally, yeah, totally. Texans are starting with really good field position. They might be a first down and a little bit more away. All they need is a field goal and they can win. So you're telling me there's a chance. Go for it at the 9? I don't know about that, Boomy. I don't know about that, Chief. What was that? That was a good throw. Kelce ended up with it. And they still lost a yard. Why did the receiver just let that bonk off his head? That was a good throw. Although the Texans are close to field goal range, if Colbert misses a couple passes, then Indy can get a stop. And there's a sack from Matt Ioannidis. This is the biggest play of the game. Can the Texans get into field goal range? So your punters... No, your punter had a fine punt. It was just a good return. And obviously bad field position. Colbert getting sold by his receivers. 3rd and 15. Here we go. 3 minutes in overtime, number 1. It's picked! The defense with a big play, and now they're going to try to return. Greedy Williams with the INT. Colbert has choked in the playoffs. But it's still tied. So now this is Indy's first legit drive in overtime with actual decent field position. Greedy Williams might have just saved the season for Indy. I mean, even if he dropped that, that still probably would have been a Houston punt. But now the Colts get good field position instead of bad field position. Ito loses a yard, you got to throw it here. Jared Goff has thrown the ball really well. I understand he's turned it over 3 times, but you have to trust him. You don't really have a choice. As he was almost traded for Marlon Humphrey. 2nd and 11, it is a throw. That safety could have made a play on the ball. Greedy Williams was feeling greedy on that play. 3rd and 9 now from the 44. Goff has time. He has all day. Gonna heave up a prayer downfield, and it's caught by Higbee. Breaks a tackle to the 5. Oh my goodness! What a play by Goff and Higbee. And that should do it. Are they gonna kick the field goal? Now they will. 4 eyes. Rodrigo Blankenship for the win. Here we go. Texans ice the kicker. Here we go.
A 21-yard attempt.
And Hot Rod delivers. 4 eyes. Rodrigo Blankenship with the walk-off. What a game. And the Colts are getting an all-expense trip to Mexico City. Colbert, you're the one who threw the pick, to be fair. And Zachy Colbert chokes in his first playoff game in overtime to let the Colts move on. Wow, I'm happy I saved these games for the end. The Colts just don't quit. We've got a tough game next week. The kicker did choke. Yes, the kicker sold. Had he made that kick early in the 4th quarter, you guys would have probably won the game. So, I mean, Colbert is not the only one to blame for the loss, but Colbert, who started the game off really well, played poorly down the stretch. Goff turned it over 3 times, but he also completed how much percent? 85% of his passes for 429 yards. And that one wide receiver sold bad. Aaron Jones played really well. A lot of fumbles. Ito Smith had 10 catches. Auden Tate had a big game. Tyler Higbee had the play of the game. Godwin with a huge performance. Who was the Texans' lead in receiving yards? Was it Aaron Jones? It was. DK had 42. Kelsey had 41. This is arguably the best watch game we've had in all of OFL 21. I mean, wow. Sacks for Darius Leonard, Matt Ioannidis, Dorrance Armstrong, Jason Verrett, Mac Wilson, and Adrian Claiborne. Picks for Verrett, and of course the game winner by Greedy. Colts Cardinals will be pretty much any Super Bowl with the Cardinals will be a fun one for you guys. When is the divisional round stream? I'm not sure. It probably won't be tomorrow. It'll probably be sometime next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be 1 part or 2 parts or 2 parts split into one day. I don't really know yet. But I guess we're going to have to see. I changed some sliders literally 2 minutes before the stream started. I'm very happy we did because we had some awesome games. Who is the Texans kicker? I'm not sure, but I can check. Cards Jets would not be a fun Super Bowl. Okay, that's fair. Who is Houston's kicker? Brandon McManus and Younghoe Koo. If Koo was in the game, you guys would have won. I imagine that was McManus who was kicking, correct? If Younghoe Koo got to kick in the 4th quarter, then Houston would be getting an all-expenses trip to Mexico City. 7-2 to 9-7 to a ridiculous playoff win. But I mean, you guys have as good of a shot as anybody in the AFC, I think. So Cougars, Jets, Diablos, Colts, Panthers, Bucks, Thunderbirds, Cardinals. So both 3 seeds are out. Wow, that's interesting. Alright, I think that will end today's stream. Certainly no shortage of fireworks. We had 3 really good games for the most part. 5 out of 6 playoff games ended in one possession. The only one that didn't was Arizona and London. The other ones ended within one score. That's pretty crazy. Let's actually check injuries. Yeah, that's a good idea. Saquon is obviously done. Robbie Anderson could return if they make the OFL Bowl. Cougars still have a few injuries. We have none, because we're lucky as hell. The Jets have Charles Leno out. Panthers, they're going to be without Tommy Knighton. Wow, big deal. CeeDee Lamb's still out for 1. We'll check if he's cleared. The Bucks have Bobby McCain still hurt, and the Cardinals have none. So there aren't really any superstars hurt outside of Saquon. So that's cool. CeeDee Lamb is not cleared to play. So he will be out against Arizona. Alright, fellas. I guess that will do it. Divisional round will be next. Whether it'll be 1-part or 2-part, I don't really know. But regardless, it should be plenty of fun. So I guess I will see you all then.